Hey guys, we're early than early today, because, well, I was just done. And I was sitting here, it's like, well, I can wait, but I can also just start the stream and have a drink with you guys. And, Andelage, you've just been promoted. You're now a moderator. Oh. I feel like my chair is a bit high. I'm still adjusting it now and then. Oh, that's a bit much. Now I'm a bit low. Whoa. There we go. Okay. So, how is everyone doing tonight? I don't have Cokes. So we're having Fanta Exotic, no sugar, and Fanta Orange. I think I'm gonna try this one. So, what do? You just if there's a spammer, you slap him. That's basically it. No Cokes today. I need to buy some new cans of Coke, because I'm actually out. And that's partially why I don't have them on the stream. So yeah. So how... Oh, I might be a bit hot. A little bit less. There we go. How's everyone tonight? Good evening, sir, says Jeff Hammer. You spam out the channel, we bump you out. That's it. Exactly that. Boss is handing out promotions. Oh yeah. Way too early. Sorry, Philip. I actually promoted Andilge. Is that how you pronounce it? Because Johnny sadly won't be joining us today because he had a death in the family, which is very sad. And, well, this is now on pink, but it's not really showing up as pink, is it? Maybe I should change the background color. Let's do a slow cycle. That's always nice. We'll see if it comes over more clearly. Yeah, it's sad to hear that. It's always sad when someone dies too young. So that's why we have pink all stream long. So last stream the music was a bit loud when I listened to it back to it. I turned it down a little bit more today. How is it? Yeah, the background color, so there's a bar here which is washing the wall basically. That's now slowly cycling in color, and this is always pink. Music sounds great. Awesome. So I was working on a video this week about the DIY cloud backup, part 4 I think, and I just couldn't get it finished with all the other things I needed to do this week. So I was like, okay, let's take a look at a LED strip. I want to make a video about it anyway, but let's take a look together and see how it performs. And then I'll know what to make the video about. We'll get into that once it's time. We still have 15 minutes, DJ Roscoe, so... Is it one color? What is one color? No. How's the multimeter? I'll show you how the multimeter is. Bam! There it is. I think I can work with it like this. It sucks that I can't push the buttons, but I think I can make it work. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But at least we got an overlay now, so we'll be using that today. What means single addressable? We'll get into the LED strip later. Okay. Right now we're just hanging out, having a Fanta. Oh, you got back from vacation today. Good timing to stream. Nice. Have there been any talk about ever seeing a SK6812 pixel string? Asking because I figured you might be in the know. Well, I know there is WWA pixel strings out there, and you can probably get some RGB-W also, but it'll be a custom product, and so it's not mass-produced in the hundreds of thousands like the WS2011s are, so it'll be like a lot more expensive. Kind of the same like we're looking at today. No, what the? How hot is it in the Netherlands? It's very warm in the UK. Well, we're at about the same height on the map, so it's about the same here. We're peaking at, I think, around 30, 32 degrees, something like that. Well, Philip, this kind of is the same thing, but then it allows for a higher voltage. So I'd say use it in a project somewhere. Oh, it's actually on screen. I built a tower over here. Let me show you the tower, I guess. Look. So there's my tower with my multimeter and my DC power supply. But now it's actually in the screen a little bit. Oh well. It's okay, I guess. Good evening, Quindor. How was MCH? Says Teacher Gone Tech, aka Piotr. It was great. I got to hang out with a lot of people at night who were either slightly or a lot of drunk. And I had a lot of interesting conversations. But no, besides that, there was a lot of interesting people and a lot of interesting projects there. I didn't get to go to a lot of talks, but I had a good time hanging out with some people and getting to know new people and watching the shows and stuff like that. So, yeah. We hit 40 degrees, says Tim. Holy shit. That is a lot. Too expensive to use. Oh, yeah, well, you got it anyway, so, you know. Merlin Shaw says, howdy. It was in Amsterdam yesterday, 27, and the day before, 29. Not the best time to hang out. Oh, to hang out there. Yeah, but I'm more inland in Brabant, near Den Bosch, or 's-Hertogenbosch, and it's often a few degrees warmer because we're not near the sea, like Amsterdam is. So it's hot. But I have this heat pump, which is now working in reverse. So now it's actually running 11 to 12 degrees water through my floor, so I effectively have floor cooling, so the house doesn't heat up that much. Oeteldonk. Now, I don't live in Oeteldonk, but it's close by, I believe. It was 40 degrees in Oklahoma City on Tuesday. Damn. It's better in Purmerend. Yeah, probably. $40 Fahrenheit. I don't get Fahrenheit. The conversion table is totally effed. In that regard, the whole imperial system, I get inches, but that's about it. Have you ever been to your town? Probably. Either driven around or through it, or close to it, or somewhere, I don't know. Maybe I had a client there before, but not sure. I'm about to install a bunch of WS2811 in my pool enclosure with a dig quad I ordered. Think I should add LED diffusers. That very much depends on the application. Are we then talking WS2011 strip, or how's it going to be mounted? Generally, if it's an LED strip, you don't really want to look directly into the LEDs. So, I don't know. Oh, I do like AWG cable standards, as in that it's a lot easier to remember AWG 18 or 18 gauge or 16 gauge or 12 gauge, instead of saying, yeah, you need like 0.8 square millimeter, or you need 1.25 square millimeter, or something like that. And there's actually defined standards for that, which I like more than the vague numbers that the metric system has for that. So, yeah. But yeah, it's quite hot in here, especially with all the lights and stuff going. So, and the streaming computer. Let's see what the streaming computer is saying. Stats. Have we dropped any frames? No. Good. Well, 10, but that's okay. Hey chat, hey Intermit.Tech, says Andy, one of the Discord admins. Yeah, but I mean, I heard Dr. Z's rant about this too. When he was doing his Hoobit hole construction, somebody would like, yeah, I need like 1/5, 2 second, 3/4 of a feet. It's like, what? What is this measurement? Just tell me you need 23 centimeters. I don't know if that dropped frame is very important, but it always drops a few frames in the beginning. I just reset it, and it's at 0, now, so should be okay. I thought in prior we could actually stream in 4K to YouTube, but turns out you can't. So I'm recording in 4K, but I'm streaming in 1440p. So, yeah. What? YouTube just gave me a pop-up. Now would be a good time to insert an ad. I've never done that. You can insert ads into a live stream? How does that work? Should we try it? There's about 50 people here. I'd be bankrolling all night. No. It really doesn't give you a lot of money. Should I hit this button, insert ad? Okay, I actually wonder what happens. Do you guys mind? Okay, I'm gonna hit it. Okay. Insert ad. I clicked it. There, it's done. What happened? Did anything happen? we want ads. It's like on Twitch, nothing yet. Evening all. Hey there, BFits58. Oh, you have YouTube Premium yet? Then you don't. I have YouTube Premium too. Then you don't see ads anyway. Nothing happened. Oh, that's an interesting button. Oh, but was it a full screen ad, Nicholas? Or was it a banner? Or, I mean, did I actually disappear for a little bit? You got a commercial, solar ad. Oh, nice. Full screen, what? You get an ad and then you can't see me anymore? That's the worst thing I've ever heard of. Wow, okay, so if I hit insert an ad, I actually disappear from stream for those people. That's just bad. Wow, okay. Twitch plays ads in the middle of a song? Okay. Yeah, I guess I earned a few cents now. Thank you. Thanks for that. Appreciate that though. But I mean, eh. Damn, maybe it pauses me, but then you're not live anymore. Then what is the use of a live stream if you're not live after the ad? I mean, this is so confusing. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to push that button a lot anymore. It was fun to try, though. I mean... you can watch at 1.5 speed to catch up. When you're AFK, yes. If I have to go to the bathroom during the stream, I'm just gonna push that button like 10 times and then go to the bathroom. Well, I got one can finished. Oh, there's a little fly here. I am in the garage, I mean. Well, the Fanta orange was it was okay. I mean, I've had better. I like the citrus one or the citron one, but it was okay. It was okay. Yeah. No ads. Yeah. Stupid ESP32 hacking. What? I haven't looked for Dr. Pepper Zero yet. I've been really, really busy with some projects that are going to come out soon. It's finally happening, guys. I'm going to flash it on screen, but we'll take a look at it at the end of the video or at the end of the stream. Look at that. What's this? Oh, okay, it's gone. Yes, I am in Brabant. You visited Eindhoven a few years ago. Cool. I've been in Eindhoven a lot. What? It's because I'm not on the coke. That has to be it, Philip. Yeah, Eindhoven more south, and then if you drive up the A2 or the A2, then you get to Den Bosch, and then you get to Utrecht, and then you get to Amsterdam and stuff like that. No. Last stream was the same but different. This is more advanced. It's further along. Yeah, I'm in Fanta land. I mean, in a minute, I'm going to be drinking camera non-focus drink. Let's try it again. There we go. I'm going to be drinking Fanta Exotic. Whoa. With natural aromas. Quinder, hurry up with the secret. I need it for my Carnival's outfit. Don't worry. It'll be here soon. If any chance possible, I'll do a Discord release this month for, this product. And maybe another one. But I think that's going to slip to September. But I will start showing it in August. Exotic, not safe for work. Nice. Okay. So, we've hit 15. So, this is the official start of the screen. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I always like that. What we're going to do today. So, the problem with traditional LED strip, if you want a single addressable LED strip, and that I mean you can address each LED package on the LED strip. Let me... I don't actually have another LED strip here. It's badly prepared. But if you look at an LED strip, yeah, I don't think it's going to focus on that. No, okay. If you look on an LED strip, there's lots of, well, LEDs on there. There, I'm going to show it like that. So this is what I talk about. This is an LED package, this is an LED package, and this is an LED package. And if you have a 5-volt strip, you know, like those for instance too, those can be addressed per package, so per LED addressable or single LED addressable. But those are 5 volt, so you have to do a lot of power injection, and that means a lot of wiring, and it's very cumbersome to get all the amps to all the parts of the strip, basically. Oh, my monitor is complaining that it's going to go off. Okay, so you can then also buy 12 volt LED strip. Now, those generally have the disadvantage that the LEDs still run at the same. The Fanta's coming back. Now, the LEDs still run at the same voltage, so if you're inputting 12, but you kind of need like 3 to 4 volts, you need to drop the voltage somehow. So most 12 volt strips will be not per 1 LED addressable, but per 3 LEDs addressable. That means if you see those LED packages, each time a block of 3 will light up and act as a single pixel or a single item or zone you can change. You can go even higher. You can go to 24 volt addressable LED strip. That exists. I mean, I've shown it on the channel and we've tested it before and stuff like that. But now it's not per single addressable, it's not per 3 addressable, but it's per 6 LEDs addressable. And if you have a 60 LEDs per meter LED strip, instead of being able to address 60 LEDs or zones, you're only able to address 10 LEDs or zones. So animations and stuff like that will run a lot choppier. Now, you can get them with a high density like these. These are 144 LEDs a meter. But you can imagine if you can address each single one of them, or per 3 or per 6, that per 6 will look a lot choppier and will just give you a lot less definition. It'll give you the advantage of not having to power inject as much, and you can do very long spans, and you can use much thinner cable. But, you know, per 6 addressable is a big downside. Now, there is one exception, and that's actually on the wall back here, and that is 12 volt WS2815, which is single addressable 12 volt LEDs, but the downside is that it burns away a lot of power, because that voltage still needs to be dropped. So instead of displaying it as light, which they do by spreading it over 3 LEDs, they basically burn off the rest so that they still get the voltage drop, making it very inefficient. Doesn't mean it's useless, it certainly has its uses, but if you're running on battery power or something like that, you kind of don't want to run WS2815, because it'll use a lot more power to display the same effect with the same intensity as a 5 volt strip would have. So, you know, that has its downside. No, it doesn't use resistors. It uses an internal LDO regulator setup with PWM and the output ports, and it's a bit complicated to explain. Just know that it's less efficient. So, we've talked before about doing 24 volt power distribution and then using local buck converters, which then convert that power from 24 volt back to 5 volt, so you can still use 5 volt addressable LED strip. Actually, I have an article about that. Let me prepare that real quick because I want to show you. Almost done. Right, so if we go to Quinled.info and then go to the addressable LED section, one of the things that is there is my addressable LED strip buying guide. That'll talk a lot about differences in LED strip, 5 volt, 12 volt, advantages, disadvantages, various types, etc. But one of the things we did a series there is 24 volt to 5 volt buck converter power distribution setup. So this talks about using 24 volt into your DIG quad, for instance, using it as distribution and fusing, and then distributing that to buck converters that are locally at the power injection points, and it goes into all the calculations and things like that. Where is it? Yeah. But basically what you do is you have your DIG quad, 24 volt coming in, and then it goes to buck converters to convert it back to 5 volt. Now that is a great solution, because then you can use much thinner cables, you can span much longer distances, and voltage drop over your power distribution wires aren't that much of a problem anymore. But you're still dealing with those buck converters and 5 volt, and I mean, you still have to inject a lot of times because it's still a 5 volt LED strip. So what are we going to talk about or actually test today? That is this thing. And let me do this. This is a LED strip which has, I'm going to try and show you. Okay, I need a bigger preview. Hold on just a second. There. This is an LED strip which has buck converters built in per segment. Okay, let that go through a little bit. That means we can, well, it says here 6 to 36 volts. They recommend supplying 24 volt to the LED strip. That's also what we're going to do. Conveniently, that's also the limit of what a DIG Uno or DIG Quad can handle out of the box. But it has a buck converter per segment. So here's the buck converter chip. There's an inductor, there's some capacitors there, a diode, everything you need for a buck converter circuit. And it has this per segment. So each segment has one of those buck converters to convert the 24 volt we're going to be putting into it down to 5 volt, which these WS2812B 5 volt LEDs need. So I bought 20 meters of this stuff. Oh, and the link is actually in the description if you want to pick it up or check it out on AliExpress. That is for a slightly different version with actually external LED chips. But once I ordered it, they sent me a mail and asked me, hey, can we exchange it for a different version we have already produced, which has WS2812B LED chips instead of external ones. Well, that was fine with me because the principle is still the same. I actually end up with a cleaner strip, and well, that's what I have here. So we're going to hook this up and we're going to do some tests, and then we're going to see how it performs and if it maybe is worth the money in certain situations. Because you're going to be paying, just like Andelit said, about $200 for 20 meters. And it's about 32 LEDs a meter. So it's not very high density. But in theory, we might be able to run 20 meters of the stuff from a single injection, or maybe front and back injections. So, let's try it out. Will it emit a lot of heat? That's a good question, Maiko. Since it's a buck converter, I don't think so. Since a buck converter generally is pretty efficient, so it shouldn't produce that much heat. So let me read what chat said. Adam can remember when buck or boost converters were not advised as they were very inefficient compared to linear voltage regulators? What? I'm not sure that's right, Adam. A buck converter was invented to be more efficient than a linear voltage regulator, because a linear voltage regulator just burns it off as heat. That's basically what WS2815 does. That has a regulator inside of it, the linear regulator. So I'm not sure that's correct. Because, a buck converter switches, and by doing that, it's more efficient than burning it off. Yeah, the extra components per section on this strip make it a lot more expensive. So, as I said, I don't have one roll, I don't have two rolls, I don't have three, but I actually have 4. That makes 20 meters of the stuff, right? So, let's just hook that up like any other LED strip. See how it does. Now, we're not going to need everything at the same time. Let's take a dig quad. I'm going to disconnect the little cable here. Okay. The noise from the inductors will be off the charts. No garage door opener will work. I don't know about that. I mean, they can manage that, I'd say. So I need a 3-pin or a 3 connected to JST cable. I have a whole box of these things. Let's see, which side do I need? No, I need the other side. Yeah, this will do. I guess I'll need this side too, so I can power inject at some point. Okay, but let's start with the normal side. Where is my screw that I did? It is here. So this is just a normal production V3.1 dig quad, exactly like are being sold right now. Time to play an ad. No, 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 let's not become that channel. Oh my god. Okay, and then, oh, I guess this is a secret already. Who's watching? Is anyone still watching? Yes. There's actually 60 people watching. See this connector? We're going to be doing lots more with this connector in the future. But generally, if you see one of these connectors, it'll be green. And it'll have the flat type screw instead of the plus or Phillips type screw. But I don't like those kind. And I needed a different color. So, I've been testing these, and these work quite well. And I guess that's already a teaser for an upcoming product later this month. Anyway, alright, this one has the plus head. Yes, orange terminals! Okay, because we need power. It took a little bit to find those connectors with not the stupid flat head, but the plus head. But we found them. And we're going to need quite a few of them. That's good, because otherwise you can't get custom stuff. Okay, that should be in there plenty enough. Positive, negative, good, positive on this side too, data, and negative. Okay, so then let's connect this guy. Okay, and then we need an ESP32, but let's quickly flash that together. So we're just gonna hook it up. Let's go to Chrome. Let's go to install the WLED.me. Install. COM3, connect. There's probably already WLED on there. I don't care. Let's go install. There we go. This is the quickest install guide for WLED you've ever seen. What? What's on this ESP? Okay, we have to do it differently. Did I pull one of my broken ESPs again? Because I do lots of crap with these things. Let's try it while holding the button. Okay, now it's erasing, so then you can let go of the button. Don't know what firmware was on here, or if I was testing different bootloaders and stuff like that, but, you know. I did see the announcement for WLED 14. I've actually done some own compiles of it, and I've been testing some of the beta firmwares on there. We're actually... At the end of the stream, when I'm going to show you the secret of the day, we'll test one of the current betas of the new WLED. And there should be an audio reactive plugin in there, so you don't need the separate audio reactive version anymore. So, some pink smoke. I don't know if I can make pink smoke. That's a bit much. Flash worn out, possible. It's okay. It normally takes a little bit. This is 32 LEDs per meter. Once I got this, and I have looked at it before, I asked them if they could make 60 LEDs a meter. They can, but you're not going to like the price. So let's hook this up to my wireless network. Visit device. Okay, let's quickly configure a few things. We don't need power limiters. We're just gonna set it to 300 LEDs on channel 16. Sure, that should be it. Okay, let's disconnect that. Right, and let's put it on the Quinled quad. So have to make sure you align it correctly. There we go. USB port on this side. And I'm going to give you an extra view using this camera. If I can get the legs to work. Why is it not stable? So let's turn this one on. No, I have to turn this one on. Yeah. Okay. Right in, and I'll make that a bit bigger and then cut it out. Nope. Okay, that should be pretty clear, right? So you can actually see how much power is going into the board. I'll try not to knock in the camera. Currently we're set to 5 volt 1 amp. I actually don't know what will happen if we supply it 5 volt. Huh. I need to fix something first, because we kind of still have some loose wires here. I don't like that, because if I bump it, it'll short. So what I often do is I get one of these, which are the through link type, and then I can just put them in there, and then they can't accidentally short something. There we go. Okay. I don't know. Let's see what happens if we give it 5 volt, and let's give it a little bit more than 1 amp. Let's give it 5 amps, and sure. Oh, it's doing something. I didn't actually know what was going to happen. The dig quad is on, and let's see if we can reach it. Yeah, we can reach it. I don't have it overlaid on the screen right now, but let's turn on the brightness. Oh wow, okay, if I turn on the brightness a lot, it does actually work. So can I change colors? Yeah, I can. But this is clearly not enough voltage because of the buck converters. Yeah, minus 6 volt, exactly. So let's, I don't know, let's do that. 6 volts? Oh, okay, we're at 7 volts already. So probably I can turn it up a little bit now. Turn it up more. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is max brightness. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, we're at max brightness. Okay, let me see if I can show you my WLED window somehow. Oh, and the chat is also off. Oh no. Hold on just a second. There we go. I'm just gonna leave this this here so you can kind of see what's going on, but you know. So we're actually at max brightness. That's not bad, and we're only at 7 volt, and it's drawing 1.5 amps max. Let's go to a double color. Yeah, that makes it 1.8 amps, and let's go to white. Oh, it doesn't like that. Yeah, it's glitching out a little bit. And we're at 4.63 amps. Let's give it more amps. I don't care. Go to 10 amps if you want to. Okay, it's not taking more. So that is still, like we've seen in other streams, and I also have an article about that, a single edge injection point really can't take in more than 4 amps effectively before starting to massively voltage drop. So, again, even on this strip, it won't really take in more than 4 amps from a single injection point. Okay, that's good to know. Now, what would happen if I just bumped the voltage instantly to 24 volts? Would it die? Let's try it. Go. Nothing happened. Good. Can I still change colors? Because I've designed my board to be able to handle such voltage changes. I mean, you can see it in the graph here. We really bumped it from that 6 or 7 volts straight to 24, like instantly. But the dig quad has no problem buffering that and handling that. But you can also see that the current draw really dropped. Because let's go to 100%. And now we're only doing 0.5 amps for red or blue or green. So I can definitely say that you can probably run this strip without a problem. But we're going to test that. We're going to prove that. Because the interesting thing is, of course, how much voltage is left at the other end. Because that will determine if we can hook up another strip or not. So what we're going to do, we're going to take another one of these, and we're going to connect it to the end part of this strip. Yeah, that should be it. There we go. And now we're going to measure the voltage that is coming out of the LED strip. In various scenarios, and I have to click even more windows. Wow, the whole screen is now filled up with all kinds of crap, but it's okay. This is 5 meters, yes. Yeah, 12 watt is not that bad, but it's only doing a single color right now. So positive and negative. What? Okay, why is that? Oh wait, I have to release the clamps probably. So negative and positive. There we go. Okay, so after the strip, after going through all the strip, we're at 23.7 volts. And let's immediately go to the worst case scenario, white, at 100%. And now, after this whole strip, it's only 32 LEDs a meter, so it's not that many LEDs. We're still have 23.25 volts left. So, I mean, that's not a lot. If we'd have started with 5 volt, that would have been a lot, and it would have been much worse also. But, you know, this is okay. We can survive that. So, let's disconnect that. And, you know, connect another one. Because that's what we do. Maybe I shouldn't leave it on white that long. It's not exorbitantly, I don't know, hot. It's okay. It's okay, Jeff. Okay. Oh, do I have a broken LED? It's red. This one's red. Yeah, you can't really see that, can you? Let's try and lower the brightness. And, oh, it's stuck on red. I'm going to turn off power real quick. Okay. No, this is not RGBW. This has WS2812B, so just RGB. Oh, that's not good. This one's like fully broken. Can I massage it? Nope. Nope, that's broken. I mean, let's turn it off. Turn it off? Yeah, this this LED's broken. Okay. Well, I guess you could desolder it and then solder in a new one, but, you know, that kind of sucks. Well, okay. But we don't care. We're just going to repeat the same test like we just did immediately. Yeah, you'd probably have to cut off a whole segment or replace that single LED. But you can do that. So, can I actually snip these in here? Do I want to do that? No. I guess that works. Not sure. Oh. Can I leave it like that? What are we seeing? Okay, 23.88, but the LEDs are off. So let's go to red and 50%-ish. I actually can't see myself because the window is in the way. I need to make this a little bit smaller. There. Okay, so now we're at 50%-ish red. Colors probably doesn't matter too much in regards to voltage. No, not really. So let's go 100%. Okay, so now we're seeing a whole volt of drop for a single color. Dual color. Yeah, that's already a bit more. And then white. Yeah, that's a bit more. So now we've dropped from 24 volt down to 21 volt. But since these are all buck converters converting whatever is coming in to 5 volt, voltage drop doesn't matter anymore. Because it doesn't matter if you convert 24 volt to 5 volt or you convert 21.2 volt to 5 volt. In the end, it becomes 5 volt. As long as you're high enough that the buck converter can do its work, the voltage drop you're getting on the strip doesn't matter. And that's the brilliance of this method. That's also the brilliance of doing a 24 volt power distribution network and then local buck converters. Yeah, so the brightness isn't dependent on this voltage. So even if we now have 21 volt here, that's fine. We can make 5 volt out of 21 volt. No problem. And we're running it at 100% white. But if we do, I don't know, let's do Paletti, where are you? There we go. Yeah, we're nowhere near that because, you know, we're running 100% white. Yeah, we are limited to the 4 amps or so from a single injection point still. But, I mean, so far, that's fine. And running like an effect, we can see the amperage right here. 0.25, I don't know, let's do noise 3. Yeah, I mean, I guess Paletti uses the most. Pride 2015. Oh wait, noise 1 uses a lot of white. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, still, it's only like 1.5 amps max. I might not have set the count high enough. Let's just make it 600. I don't know. So let's make okay, yeah. I might not have set it high enough for 2 strips connected. I now set it to 600. That should work out. So we're seeing like 22 volts or something like that, and we're seeing 1.5-ish amps going in. That's all fine. No, you don't need 500 meter to get to 4 amps. But let's, you know, this works. This is awesome. You can now hook up 10 meters of LED strip with only a single injection point. Even running 12 volt LED strip, it's almost not doable to do that. With 30 LEDs, which this is per meter, you can still do that with 12 volt. It'll look okay. But let's connect a third one. There we go. Oh, yeah, okay. Voltage isn't connected right now. So now we're drawing more, because, you know, a third strip is connected. Let's connect my voltage meter. Let's move this strip here. There we go. Okay, so now at the end of 3 strips, we're at 19 volt running an effect. Let's go to solid. Oh, well, we're immediately at solid white. That's okay, I guess. Do we see a color difference here? Maybe a little bit, but I mean, it shouldn't really matter, because even if it's 15 volts, if it becomes 5 volt, that's fine. But let's go to a single color. Yeah, okay. So, with white and 3 strips, we're drawing, just like somebody already pointed out, like 112 watt, which is quite a lot. And we're kind of hitting that 4.69 amp limit. So probably if we push this further, we're going to see massive voltage drop, because that single injection point can't really supply more amps. And what does it do if it can't supply more amps? It starts to drop in voltage. So let me quickly demonstrate that with adding the fourth spool. Oh no, I disconnected the wrong thing. Hold on. So this one, and then let's connect the last one. Oh, it turned off? Why did it turn off? Uh-oh. Did it overheat? Oh, okay, it's quite hot here. Let's turn it around a little bit. Oh, the fuse popped. That's a good one, Philip. Probably. That is actually what happened, probably. Huh. Interesting. Let's turn off power. Because the board was still online. Let's see. Yep, that fuse is popped. So, yeah, I don't think it's going to focus on that. Nope. Yeah, I don't think I can show you. You kind of need a light behind that. That fuse is popped. That's gone. No problem. Let's put a 10 amp fuse in there. Yeah, +1 for the graveyard, that's for sure. And this strip was becoming quite hot, so it's good I kind of turned that one around. Yes, that is a good 5 amp fuse. Those are little fuses which we deliver with the board. Those are high quality. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, I actually need to add more LEDs. So let's go to 650. Yeah, that should do it. So this is about 650 LEDs. I guess we could calculate that. 32 times 20. Yeah, 640. Okay, let's make it 640. Okay, so we have 640 LEDs here. Yeah, this power supply isn't great at supplying many amps, but it has a very nice display which we're using. And I have other 24 volt power supplies which can supply 500 watt, but that's not that interesting right now. Okay, let's go to 100%. Okay, we're already doing 2.61 amps. Let's go to red, blue, green. Oh, we're not displaying voltage, eh? Hold on. There we go. Right, so let's go to a dual color. Yeah, we're already seeing 17 volts while we're putting 24 volts in after 4 of these strips. But still, if we're doing an effect, let's do an effect. Let's do color waves. Even at 100%, because this is really 100%. It's not using a lot of power. Dancing shadows. I don't know, fairy twinkle. Oh, that uses a bit more. Fireworks starburst. Even though there's 640 LEDs, since it's 24 volt going in, that's not that much. Where with 5 volt, you would have easily run into a power injection problem by now. This isn't too bad. Glitter might be an issue. Gradient. Yeah, I mean, for effects, this will work just fine. Let's go to a very heavy effect. You can see the voltage dropping to 14 volts at the end of the strip because we're reaching that 4 amp limit here also, or our imposed limit, I guess. But even a heavy effect like this, it's doing pretty good. Let's go to Paletti. Yeah, strong, about 2.10. That's not bad, 50 watts. Because that's the thing. 50 watts at 5 volt is 10 amps. So you'd need at least 2 injection points for that. I mean, you'd probably also be running 60 LEDs a meter. But yeah, we're doing 50 watts here. That's not nothing. So let's go to solid and let's go to white. Okay, so this is now causing a problem. See that? We were able to do 3 strips full white. Oh, wow, we spiked to 8.7 amps. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's lower it a little bit. What's going on? 12? Oh, wow. If I move the slider, even the slightest, we're now at 10 volt. If I move it very slightly... Oh, it crashes. Yeah. Look at the amp draw. Something is going wrong. Okay, so, like, if I put it over here, the slider, you can barely see it, I know. Let me show you like that. If I go here, the voltage is 21 volt. Even if I just go here, it's 20 volt. Then I go here, it's 18. I go here, it's 16. I go here, it's 14, 13, 10, and it glitches out. Don't kill your house power again. No. Don't worry. But this is running 100% white. I mean, if we go to red and 100%, no problem. If we go to blue, no problem. If we go to green, no problem. We're at 20 volt out. No, oh, 18, okay. Let's go to a dual color. 17 volts. Oh, it didn't like that. 10 volts. Okay, it's not able to do that, seemingly. This color it can do. So the cyan, or this pinkish, magenta, doesn't like that. But if I back off a little bit, it's fine. I don't know what happens, but for some reason it's slightly dropping too low and then the buck converters go haywire. Yeah, what problem is with 36 volts is a dig quad can't handle more than 24 volts input. You'd have to power, outside of the dig quad. You can do that, but the vendor of the strip told me this is mostly designed to run at 24 volt. So that actually matches up pretty well. You can run a little bit higher voltage, but not by much because you'll start to get issues, they told me. So, yeah. But if we can do single color 100%, I'm willing to bet we can basically do any effect. Noisy palette? I don't know. Noise 4? Noise 3? Noise 2? Noise 1? Wow, noise 1 drops to 14 volt. But of course, this is 20 meters of LED strip. And the advantage of everything being 24 volt is Okay, we've run into a limit where we might just need to power inject. Okay, then just run a very thin cable, because it's 24 volt anyway, to the other side. Oh, it shows 40 volt on alley? Yeah, okay. Well, the downside is basically the price and the LED density. And if you want to get a higher LED density, it's triple the price. So they told me for 60 LEDs a meter, you're going to be paying $20 a meter. So a 5 meter strip would be $100. Yeah, okay, for $100 for a 5 meter strip, I think I can do some power injection work. Because that's just too much. 20 meters of this strip was about $200. Now, if you need 20 meters, or what is that? 64 feet. Wow, there's a lot of heat coming off of these things. I'm gonna spread them out a little bit. But if you need 20 meters or 64 feet, and you really can't do power injection, this might be an interesting choice. Because you might not want to do pixels, because you have to inject 12 volt pixels at some point anyway, also. Maybe paying, instead of $100 for the strips, or 80 or something like that, maybe paying $200 for the strips and not having to do any power injection whatsoever for a 20 meter run. Maybe that's worth the money for you. I can imagine for some that being worth the money, basically. And for others who, time is less expensive than the money itself, you can do 12 volt and run some power injection, or 5 volt and do a lot of power injection, or, like we talked about in the beginning, maybe set up a buck converter 24 volt power distribution network and then do buck converters locally at the strips. So, I think it's a decent option. It's not the right option for everyone, but if you really can't be bothered to power inject and you need 15 meters of LED strip, I don't know, that's not bad. It's a lot of money. I mean, there's different options which will cost you less money and give you the same result, but it'll require a lot more work. So, yeah. Wow, this one actually started to bend a little bit from the heat. Okay, don't run your LEDs on the spools, kids. They will get hot. They will get really hot. These are hot. It might come down in time, sure, but these are kind of a niche product. And the interesting thing is now that we tested them, these are quite warm. We can actually look at something which will be coming in a video pretty soon at some point. I have a different phone here. And this phone has something interesting. This is a phone from AliExpress, which has a thermal sensor, which now has a fingerprint, sadly enough, but a thermal sensor on the back. And it's about $300 to $400, the same as a FLIR is. So we have a InfiniRay app here. And we can open that app. And I'm planning to do a small review of the phone that basically mostly focused on this app. Let's hit calibration. Calibration successful. And now, let's see if I can focus on the phone. There we go. We can measure the LED strips. Yeah, these are 64 degrees. That's not great. How warm is this one? 73 degrees! I'm going to turn it off for a little bit. Oops. Yeah, of course, this one had the most power running through it, so that, I mean, my hand is dark, because that's 37 degrees. And this one is now 69, 68. Yeah, I know they melt. I've melted LED rolls before, so. Yeah, that's a bit too hot. Okay, I did that for too long. Okay, they're cooling down. That's good. But yeah, phone, 300 to 400 bucks with integrated thermal sensor, which is pretty decent so far. So I'm hoping to make a video about that at some point. Let's prop these up a little bit so they can cool down. I don't know. But yeah, basically what I wanted to test today is, okay, when are you going to run into problems? Well, doing effects and single colors, I think you're actually okay doing a single injection point, which is unheard of, even with 12 volt. Maybe with 24 volt LED strip, but even then, not, because those typically use a lot more power. But, I mean, yeah, if you'd rather spend the money than do the work, I can understand this product. Like the phone, definitely do a video. Yeah, looking at that. New product, Quinn oven. No, just get a random LED strip. That'll be an oven by itself. So, yeah, oh, they're cooling down. That's good. Somehow they got unrolled, though. There we go. Nope. It's impossible to stand up LED strips, is it? Okay, there we go. That's fine. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be my conclusion for now. I'll likely either cut up this live stream or do a dedicated video about these things, because, as I said, it's a new option on the market. And, well, from just this testing, I'd say it's pretty decent and usable in some situations. And even if you run into the voltage drop issue, just run a little wire. You can run like 22 gauge or 20 gauge or something like that for 20 meters, and that's probably already enough to power inject at the end, so the voltage doesn't drop that low, and that should fix it. Done. So let's take a little break and crack open a drink. It's become a lot darker on my camera. It's probably because it became dark outside. Yeah, interesting for long run installations. Yeah, sometimes on the Discord server we get people like, I need 55 meters of addressable LED strip, and we're going to use 5 volt strip, and then we're going like, no, this project's doomed to fail because you're going to be injecting like crazy. Maybe we can now steer them to this product and say, okay, take this. It's more expensive, yeah, but inject every 20 meters or so with like a decent gauge cable. You're going to be fine. Commercial time. Yeah, should I hit the button? Okay, I'm going to hit the button. See what happens. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I hit the button. So tell me if after the commercial you're hearing me talking, or that so you're behind in the live stream, or that you're just falling back into the live stream right now, like anything that happened in between you don't need to see. 2 ads! Damn! You got 2 ads. You got double shafted. Thanks for the money, Andy. Come on. Mark Preston says, oh wow, exotic. I don't know about exotic. Okay. How much are you selling those slightly melted rolls for? They're not for sale. I will find a project for it at some point. I don't know when, but you know, it's good to have these around and be able to use them and show them and stuff like that. So, you're broke now. No, it didn't cost you anything, Andy. Just time. It's same like with these LED strip. You pay more or you spend time. You get the 5 volt 50 meter runs on the Intermit Discord as well. Oh yeah. No, that's not only on Dr. Z's. No, we get those for sure. But now we can steer them to this product and say, you know, just buy 60 meters of that stuff, inject front every 20 meters and end. Don't need thick cables. Done. How many meters of unused LEDs do you have now? Hundreds. I have no... There's... Hold on. Oh, okay. I can't really easily show you that. But there's a wall of closets there and drawers. They're all full of LED strips. And I have, you know, boxes. Like, I can show you one of the... Hold on. I have boxes of LED strips now, too, because I couldn't fit them all in my drawers anymore. So, like, for instance, here, this is a box of matrix panels because... You know, 2D support is coming at some point, and then I needed to have some matrices. So yeah, and here is a box of 24. Oh no, this is 12 volt LED strip, and it's all kinds of different types and different configurations and things like that to do my power LED sheets and you know things like that. I mean. If I tell people I know what's going on, I really should know what's going on. It's not all theory. I do actually test these things. And, you know, to test them, I have to own them. So, and generally I don't like reaching out to suppliers to give me free samples. Sometimes I do a free sample, but... Rarely, and of course I'll tell you. I'm not sure I should click that link, Andy. Yeah, I don't know about that. So when is your supermarket open? What? No. Yeah, 2D support is in beta right now, and if you're running the sound reactive version of WLED, it's actually already in there, but they're porting some stuff of that now to the normal WLED version. Quinn Bazaar, yes. Inserting an ad stops the video. When the viewer gets back, the stream is not live anymore. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. Why are you watching a live stream? Because it's live, because it's not a video. And then you get an ad, and then you're not live anymore. And I don't get any notification how long this ad takes, or how many people are here or not, or watching the ad currently. So if I hit that button, should I just pause for a minute? But then everyone who pays for not seeing ad just has to sit there for a minute while not watching an ad. That's a horrible system. Okay, my camera's too dark. I don't like that. There. That's bad. Yeah, but you don't miss anything. Okay, but you're behind the live stream, so you're not live anymore. Okay, 10 seconds is not that bad. But if you watch a minute-long ad, I mean... And I've turned off non-skippable ads. So I can turn on non-skippable ads, but I always turn that off when I can. Oh, Philip, thank you for the donation. No more ad donation. Also, for money for Pink for Johnny. Yes, that's very good. Let's actually turn this back on. There we go. Does it still work? It still works. There we go. Let's just throw it down there. And let's make it pink for Johnny. Let's do it. A little bit less, a little bit like that. There we go. Pink for Johnny. One minute silent. No. We already have 1 minute ad. So we're not going to do 1 minute silence. Just sit back and take a drink and make fun of the people watching the ad. No, no, I'm not that horrible. Come on. Yeah, it's expensive pink, but, you know. Yeah, that's nice. I guess we could do an effect, too. Loading? Pink lightning? Nah. Lighthouse. Nope. Yeah, we got pink fireworks. I don't know, Johnny. Sorry, I don't know, Andy. You seem to be pushing the same link a lot without explaining exactly what it is. So, what? Jordy was stuck in an ad for 3 years? What? Yeah, exactly, Mako. I mean, live streams are for being live, not for watching ads. So we're not going to do that anymore. Yeah, power draw is awesome in regards to amps. So, how long have we been going? 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay, well, we don't have to stream for 16 billion hours each time. So, let's turn the tribute for Johnny off. And let's do something else. So, let's put these back here. I'm already liking this live multimeter on screen. What do you guys think? Was that a good addition? Was that better than having a multimeter shoved into the screen somewhere? I think I like it, but what do you guys think? I think it's a lot clearer, that's for sure. Maybe it's not live and pre-recorded in 2019. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Super professional. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Better than me having to figure out where to place the darn thing. And because it's transparent, I mean, the WLED window is slightly in front of it now, but it doesn't really matter that it's there. Yeah, the bench PSU with this extra camera, that also works great. That's I also like that. Tech Turtle says, by the way, Quindor, thanks for the SD card. Makes the world of difference. Nice. Oh, it's about my bench PSU. Right. It's I didn't catch that. Okay. Sure. Oh wow, a minute difference, Mr. Blue? That is relative. For the money you paid to display it on the screen. Love it. Yeah, it was about 400 euros. But I also wanted a decent multimeter. So, I mean, yeah, because I'm starting to do more intricate designs and having actually the capabilities to decently measure a few points behind the decimal point is actually valuable to me when doing buck converter designs and things like that. I also have an oscilloscope for that, of course, but yeah, it actually makes sense for me to do this now. It didn't before, but it does now. It's the better multimeter overlay. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so we've disconnected that. This can turn off now because it's annoying. I might replace the PSU of my Raiden for like a Meanwell 55 volt at some point. Because I rarely use a lot of power. I rarely use the voltage also, but I don't want to lose too much range. But the noise is just so annoying, and it's so big. But yeah. Okay, so I promised you, you know, a secret. So let's take a look at that and have a little bit of fun with it. Because this week, from the factory, I got the final production samples of the Dig to Go. And this is it. This is the Dig to Go. Let me turn off some overlays here. So we don't need that one. And we don't need... No, we do need that one. Yeah. Oh, okay, we don't need the multimeter either. There we go. So this is the Dig to Go. And this is a fully custom case, as you can see here, with the embossed logo and custom silkscreen and stuff like that. There's also a website. It's not live yet. And there's even a QR code, because all the hip folks are doing QR codes. LED out, Type-C in. So yeah, it has a Type-C port over here. A little power status LED. And, well, this case is not as it will be, because I've already broken it open a few times, so there's some scuffs on there. It's a snap fit, so there's no glue. So if you really want to open it up, you can. But it'll break off tabs and things like that. It's a really tight fit. So yeah. But there's an IR receiver on this side. And then over here, we have a JST connector. But because this type of connector cannot be soldered onto a board, we have a little pigtail, which you'll get with the little box, which you just plug in like that. It's perfectly flush fit. And, well, then you just connect a LED strip to here. And that's it. Will it blend? Yes. There is an effect called blend. It'll blend. So for right now, let's flash the newest beta of WLED on here and play a little bit with it. Maybe with one of those matrix panels, so we can do 2D stuff too. So let's just clean what's on here, because I have no idea. Because I've been playing around with it. Install. Okay, erasing. Well. My office is becoming too small. Okay, so we'll be using one of these matrix panels I showed earlier, because we can try the sound reactive stuff in the newest beta, and we can try 2D effects, see how that looks. Rick rolling 24/7. Yeah. Oh, Yako scanned the QR code. Nice. Okay, let me download the newest beta from the WLED channel. Or the Discord server. Where is it? This one? Yeah. Okay, it's wrapping up. No, don't do a Dig to Go plus 40 volt strip. That's not how it works. Okay, let's connect it to Wi-Fi real quick. Visit device. Okay, let's disconnect it from my computer, because that's not going to supply a lot of current. I have a mediocre cable here. That will do okay-ish in regards to current. At least 2 amps or so. The little box can handle up to 3 amps, no problem. and there's internal fuses and power limiting and things like that. Okay, let's also hook up this little matrix panel here. Okay, we're not seeing WLED orange. Don't worry, that has a reason, because we of course need to first configure it. Let's see if it's live. It is live. So if we go to config, there's a few things we need to do. We're going to set the brightness limiter to 3 amps, but we're going to say we have pretty efficient LEDs. Then we're going to say we have 256 LEDs because we have this matrix panel on GPIO 16. And then another thing we need to do, well, we can tell it we have the IR in 5, but we also have a relay because there's a power switch in here which really cuts off the power to the LEDs on GPIO 12. And now let's hit save. Now that still won't do anything. We then disconnect the power. No, it doesn't do PD. It does USB-C without PD. Let's reconnect the power. And now we have an orange screen. Let's do the browser over here. Okay, my chat monitor's turning off because it's drawing too much power. Hold on. Let me use a different plug here on my power supply. Okay, that should fix that. If it's 5 volt, it'll limit at 3.5 amps because there's multiple PTCs in here. One for the internal electronics and one dedicated for the LED output power. Everything else in the device can easily handle up to 5 amps, but of course you only have a single JST connection, so realistically between 3 and 4 amps is the real limit. Or let's say, there's a little button on there, that's nice. Let's say 3.5 amps is the real limit. So yeah, now we have this matrix panel and we can change all the colors and things like that. But let's flash that beta version. Manual OTA, choose file, update. Yeah, that's a perfect match. Agreed. What? And I mean, you can probably see from my face, it gets plenty bright. Okay, so we just flashed a beta version, and it'll show intermittent weird flashes on the LEDs. The reason for that is because debugging is enabled, and, well, it's sending debug information partially over the same pins as that the LED communication is going. So that's why you'll see some weird flashes sometimes. But that's because it's a debug version, basically. Otherwise, it won't do that. Okay. The first thing we'll do, in theory, I should be able to go to user mods. Yeah, and there is audio reactive. And there is a digital microphone in here. Let's see if I know the pinout from head. 418. And let's set the squelch to 2 and this to 35. Save. Yeah, see, every time we save or hit a button, it'll do the weird flashing. Now let's see if we can make it do something audio stuff. Hello? Well, we might need to reboot for that, don't know. Let's reboot it real quick. Audio stuff. Hello. Oh yeah, that works. Okay, so you do need to reboot for that. Well, let me turn that down a little bit. But as you can see, that works. Noise fire. Okay, noise meter. Pixels. Okay. Well, oh, there we go. So this is just a little demonstration. Oh, okay. I don't want that. What? Okay, I have no idea what's going on. Pixel wave? Plasmoid? So I haven't played with this a lot either. But yeah, why is the background... Ah, there we go. Background black. Yes. Good. That's better. I'm going to sit a little bit back because I think I turned up the gain too high. But this is clearly reacting to my voice. Mid noise. Whoa. Nice. If I talk a little bit softer, it doesn't always... So the microphone in this little thing and the microphone hole is over here is quite sensitive, as you can hear. So I should probably turn the gain down. Okay? Yeah. So there's a microphone right in this box and it works, you know, easily. Let's see now if we can set up the 2D configuration. 2D matrix. The panel is 16 by 16 pixels. And it's a serpentine. Save. Okay. Effects. I want 2D effects, I guess. What the? No idea what's going on there. That's not correct. Let's unpower it and power it back on again. There we go. Let's wait for it to come back. Okay, it's back. And let's go to, yeah, 2D stuff. That's looking interesting. Oh, nice. It is the Akamai. Oh, it's... oh, okay. I need to put it like... I guess like that. I need something to diffuse it, don't I? Let me get a piece of paper. Hold on. Seems this is audio reactive too. Interesting. There we go. Oh. In reality, it looks pretty good. In video, it looks still kind of like crap. Let me turn that down a lot. Can you guys make out the Akamai logo? The WLED logo, basically. Let's try something else. Blobs. I'm not sure that is correct. These are a random AliExpress seller. I know BTF does have them too, I believe. Fire. Oh, that's cool. So these are all 2D effects, noted by that little square here. Drip. I need to turn it down more. No, maybe I just need to adjust my camera. There we go. So let's do fire again. Yeah, that's better. Cool, huh? So this is a dig to go running beta WLED doing 2D effects over USB-C power. Drift rose. Oh, okay. That's, yeah. Fireworks 1D. I don't like the background color. Oh, you can turn off the background color. Interesting. Game of life. Graphics equalizer? Oh. Okay, well, I don't think the configuration is correct for that. But yeah. Frizzles. Oh, wait, I might need to change this from horizontal to vertical. And now I probably have to reboot it again. That's easy, because it's just a USB-C plug. Funky blink, whatever. Oh, okay. Blends. Well, that's pretty cool. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. Black hole. Aurora. Yeah, but here we have this little guy, which is the WLED logo, and it's reacting to sound, all from this tiny little box here, which you just plug and play, hook up, and then it just works. No, it's without PD, Jeff, but it does correctly negotiate USB-C. So you can either use a USB-A to USB-C cable, or you can actually use a USB-C to USB-C cable, and it will correctly negotiate and ask for 3 amps. And generally it can do 3 to 3.5 amps if you have a good USB-C PD power supply. But, I mean, if I turn this up at full brightness, the camera is quite dark, actually, because this is pretty blinding. Yeah, it'll do that sombrero with 5-volt LEDs, no problem. And since it's 5-volt LEDs, it's also very efficient. And if I hit this little button, it actually turns off the current to the LEDs. So there's also no idle draw. And so you could run idle for days on the battery. And so if you just want to have the LEDs on sometimes, it'll run like 0.3 watts idle. Matt, if you go to the Discord server, the WLED Discord server, there is a beta testing channel, and this was just released yesterday. So this little box just has an ESP32 in there, of course. That's why we can also run those kinds of firmwares. Oh wait, I need to do 2D. DNA spiral. Oh. Again, don't mind the glitching. That's because this is a debug build and we're using, by chance, the same port for the LEDs as the debug stuff. So, crazy bees? Don't know about that. Alright. Can we do, like, what does this do? Okay. Hello. Wow. Nice. Hello. I can make LEDs with my voice. Okay. Yeah, well, this still doesn't work. Okay. Graph frequency. Interesting. Huh? It's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the sneak peek of today. But the sneak peek is actually that this little guy now has a custom case, which it needed a few little adjustments, but other than that, it's pretty complete already, and like the final version is going to be. That is annoying. Let me turn that down. So, some features for us tinkerers and, you know, DIY people. There are 4 female headers here and here, and those are for 5-volt ground, 3.3 volt and ground, and then there's 4 GPIO pins on this side, of which 2 have pull-up resistors, so can be used for I2C. I2C, yeah. So you can hook up sensors or extra buttons or, well, whatever you want really using these DuPont, just using simple DuPont cables. You can just stick them in there, and then, if there's a user mod for WLED, or you want to use an extra button or something like that, you can still, even though this is a pre-assembled, closed in a case product, you know me, and I like expandability, and that's why all the Quinled controllers have extra pins and things like that. That's what these 2 rows of pins are for, so you can still expand on it, even though this is a tiny little closed guy. So, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing on the bottom. The idea is that at some point we'll give you a double-sided Velcro tape, so you can stick one side on here, and then the other side to where you want to stick it down, and then you just stick it down with Velcro. I mean, it weighs nothing, and you can basically just chuck it anywhere. Or you just strap it down, or you glue it down, or I don't know, but it's a very versatile, tiny little box. And even if you run, this is 256 LEDs, but it can run those quite decently, because as we've seen before, a lot of people will run 5 meters or 16 feet of LED strip using just a single injection point, because they just want to have nice blinky LEDs. That's why this is so perfect. This is for those people. If you then, but I want to do 10 meters, and I want to do power injection, and I want to have perfect whites and things like that. Okay, but then don't buy this guy, buy a Dig Uno. Yeah, but okay, I want to have multiple strips and more power injection and stuff like that. Sure, get a Dig Quad. But if you just need a simple box, or to run from battery, few hundred LEDs, stuff like that, this guy's perfect. And it does RGBW too, if you just want to run SK6812 with warm white or whatever. Sure, that's fine. It won't do it at full power, but it'll still deliver at 15 watts if you have the appropriate USB-C power supply, which there will be kits sold with power supply and cables and stuff like that, which I've personally vetted and tested. And that's still a decent amount of light, like we already also saw during the other things we did today. So, perfect for costumes, battery-powered options, you name it. And you can still have sensors and extra buttons on it because of the expandability. And what if you need more than 4 channels, says Philip? Well, then you need to wait until a little bit later this month. Or get the AE Plus. You can add channels on that with that to any Dig Uno or Dig Quad 2. Oh, did I miss a question? Captain Tape is Quinn approved, that is for sure. Mr. Blue, did I miss your question? Oh, yeah, the holes and the pins, right, yeah. So the purpose of the IR sensor is to get an IR remote, and then you can make it do stuff using IR instead of having to use your phone. So this remote doesn't work, but you can get these type of remotes. I don't have the right IR codes for this on hand. But you can do on-off, and you can set the colors, and you can even change effects and stuff like that with the remote instead of having to use your phone. That's basically what the IR part is for. Do you want to see the IR part? I can get I'll get my IR remote, and then we'll end the stream. Hold on. I'll be right back. the IR remote. So much time wasted for ads. I should have clicked the button. Now what am I going to eat? Anyway, so this is one of those IR remotes which I do know works. I think... Oh no, I need to configure it in WLED. So config, LED preferences, IR GPIO 5 in this case, 24 key RGB, save. And I think that'll already work. So let's set it to solid real quick. And now if I press green, it turns green. If I press red, it turns red. And I just need to zoom out. If I press, I don't know, this color, it goes to that color. And I can make it brighter. Or I can make it less bright. And, yeah, red. And the buttons here on the side are actually configured to preset 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I make a preset, let's do an effect. I don't know. What's all this? Oh my god, everything changed. So let's save Starburst as a preset. Whatever, 1, save. And then let's do Julia. Fine, whatever. Preset to save. And then let's do noise 2D. Sure. Preset. Save. Now if I press this button, it'll go to preset 1. If I press this button, it'll go to preset 2. And if I press this button, it'll go to preset 3. So these remotes are like $1 or something like that. They're very cheap. And even if you just use them for on or off, since this has the relay part inside, actually leaving the controller on will still turn the LEDs off. So power-wise, it draws like 0.2 or 0.3 watt. It's not even a single watt. It's very little. And then you can just turn it on and, you know, choose the preset effect you want. And yeah. So just a different way of controlling it without having to whip out a phone. Prove it with the USB power meter. I don't think I have one over here. I'd have to go back again. Did we hit 2 hours yet? We didn't hit 2 hours yet. I will get a USB power meter. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to hit the ad button. I'm going to hit that virus hit. There. Ad. There's an ad. Okay, I hope the ad is done by now. Okay, so we have a little power meter. These are quite nice because they're USB-C in and USB-C out. So I can just plug it in here and then plug this in here. Yeah, and it's the right way around. As I already mentioned, this wasn't a great USB-C cable because you can see we're drawing 2.1 amps and we're already at 4.6 voltage drop. But now we can still, you know, go to preset 1. Okay, go to preset 2. And go to preset 3. And turn off. Oh, okay, it's actually drawing a lot more than in other version. Oh, maybe because it's the debug version that uses more power. I don't know. Is Wi-Fi sleep turned off? Oh, okay. Yeah, we do want Wi-Fi sleep. Okay, that dropped power a little bit already. But yeah, we're drawing like 80 milliamps for 0.4 watts. So in the builds I've tested, it uses even less, but the debug build might use more power. I don't actually know. But yeah, we can turn it on again and it'll do stuff, and turn it off. And you can see when it cuts off the LEDs, right? So you can see it fade down, and then, damn, click, and it's off. Okay. So yeah, that's the Dig to Go. Sorry. And that is basically all the features it's going to have upon release. It'll be slightly software dependent. But other than that, yeah. What does it cost? We're currently looking at a price of $24.99, and it'll initially be available through AllNet, of course. The pre-sale will be on the Discord as always, on the Intermittent Technology Discord. But I'll also be sending a batch to Dr. Z's. With the next batch, we're sending him anyway. So then it'll also be for sale from Dr. Z's. And if this thing does well and okay, we're also going to pursue certifications for it, and it might be available in a lot more places than just our shops ourselves. So, yeah. So nice when a design does what it should be doing, right? Yeah, it's a neat little box. I like it. You know, the power button here also works. And, yeah. Oh, you had a low blood sugar warning. It tastes kind of like mango. Yes, I'd say so. Should you not be cleaning out your garage for all the bags of money you'll be getting? I hope so, because there is a lot of money invested in this project. Just this cute little case you see here, getting the molds and stuff like that made, and the CAD things, and, you know. Sorry. We're in it for like $5,000 or $6,000 already, and then we had, you know, the PCBs produced for another $10,000 and stuff like that, or 20, I don't even know from head, and assembly and testing and packaging, and, you know, we even have to get these little pigtail cables made. I've been doing lots of USB-C cable testing. We have selected power supplies, and we need to get a quantity of those, and it's a lot of costs that add up before you start earning anything. But it's good. I believe in the product. It's the easiest LED controller with WLED on there that I know of. And I hope a lot of people will be able to use it in very versatile situations. Even those like, I need some LEDs for in the bedroom of my son or daughter or whatever. Get USB-C. People know how USB-C works, like for their phones. Plug it in, plug in the strip, stick it down somewhere, done. And it's not viral LED crap. That is for sure, Philip. I don't actually know if the mold is for one or two. It is for two pieces, because it's the box is made out of two halves, which are clamped together or clicked together. There's clips in there, so you can break it apart. It's not glued, but it might not go together anymore because the clips will break. But yeah, I don't know if they make them per 1 or per 10 or whatever like that. Joshua, if you're in the Intermittent Technologies Discord, I will announce it once it's for sale. You think your cat needs LEDs in the litter box? I don't know about that. You can use the expansion ports for a moisture sensor. Thanks, JC. That's awesome. I have run up to 600 LEDs. That's also kind of the max you want to run on a single data channel. And as long as you keep the power draw managed, it does okay. But you certainly see that the LEDs will be dimmer at that point than driving with the correct amount of current, like 10 amps or something like that. But up to 300, so 5 meters or 2 meters of 10 meters of 10 meters of 30 LEDs a meter, you also kind of start to see the dimming because of the distance. But 5 meters with 30 LEDs per meter or 60 LEDs per meter looks excellent. And things like this little matrix panel here looks great at just 3 amps, because right now it's using 0.2 amps. So, I mean, there is a lot you can do with that amount of current. And if you've run LEDs before without power injection, so just, you know, the JST connector at the front, it doesn't matter if you're running this guy, a Dig Uno or Dig Quad or any other controller, if you didn't inject more power than this box will basically do the same. If you did inject more power, then you could use more power. But if you didn't power inject, this little controller will basically do the same as all those other ones. Because that is the max this connection is rated for anyway. So that's the whole idea of the thing. Oh yeah, you've been testing it, Andy? Nice. Yeah, it's internally limited with a PTC, so you really won't be able to get more than 3.5 amps. But it'll do 3.5 amps. I mean, yeah. Yep, thanks, Savok. That's exactly my idea with the product too. I think there's definitely a market or a ask for it, and well, we'll see. I've been working a long time on this one because I had no experience making custom plastic casings, and I didn't want to use a generate box, so this is really a completely custom tooling and box, which makes it a lot nicer in my opinion, because then it's as big as it needs to be and not as big as a standard case was, for instance, or thicker, or it's a perfect little size. I mean, it's so small. Are 8 RGB LEDs strip supported? Yeah, so any WS2812B, SK6812, or any other clockless 5-volt LED strip should work perfectly fine. Sure, you can make a 2-digit house number with a matrix that size, I guess. Yeah, sure. The insides. Well, I've shown the insides on different streams before, but I can take a look if I have. Oh. Hold on, I dropped something. Okay. Hit the camera, hit everything, great. There's some prototype versions here, which we can take a quick look at. Nope, other way around. So this is what's inside the box, and these are different versions of the same thing, basically. Yeah, but it's a custom board. I mean, here's the USB-C input. There's a full USB to serial plug on there, so if you want to run luciferin or any other type of ambient type effect, you have serial access to the ESP32 if you want. There's the big PTC and, you know, all the other electronics. Here's the IR, the button, yeah. And, the connectors on the other side. I didn't even solder them on this one. But, yeah, so that's what it looks on the inside. I know Azusiast videos. I have been working on other content. The problem is there haven't been any LAN parties and stuff like that. But I am working on some server content like the DIY backup project again. and things like that. I have some more stuff planned. It's just a lot of work generally, so it's easier sometimes to do a live stream or anything else because I'm working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes, which needs a lot of my attention. So then those bigger video projects like server stuff or HA and other things I've been planning for a while now, those sometimes suffer a little bit in regards to timeline. So yeah, but I get where you're coming from. Where's the car fuse? No. Just automatic fuse in here. Yeah, but listening to the music, I think it's time to end the stream. And there's actually 90 people here. That's more than we've had for a while. So I thank everyone for coming out. Oh, what's going on here? I was just in my outro, Melvin. Melvin Guzman doesn't say anything. He gives me a nice pear emoji, I think. And with $49.99, that's a huge donation, Melvin. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Damn. Do you want to say anything, Melvin, or did you have a question? I mean... We'll wait a little bit for that. Keyboard stuck. What? Maybe Melvin didn't want to say anything. He just wanted to donate. You don't see him in Atlas. Wow. What's going on? Now, anyone who wants to be one of the first to get these things, because there is a limited supply currently, if you're on the Discord server, I will announce it in the announcement channel, so broadcast it, and then you'll have first grabs at it. But anything other than that, I can't promise. Okay, well, if Melvin isn't here, I mean, thanks a lot. That is awesome. If you have any questions, hit me up on the Discord server. I mean, that goes for anyone, but, you know. Can't you make a waiting list? No, we have more than plenty for that, I think, so we'll see. But yeah, I need to, you know, end this live stream at some point. I'm really liking my multimeter overlay, and the shot of the bench power supply was good. We did some good testing today on these special LED strips. And remember, links are in the description if you're inclined to pick this up. And yeah, thank you for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye-bye.